If you're a contractor in British Columbia, there are PST rules you need to know. As a part of doing business in BC, you'll be paying PST and possibly collecting and remitting PST. Contractors include bricklayers, plumbers, landscapers, carpenters, locksmiths, electricians, and many other trades. You're considered to be a contractor if you supply and attach or install goods that become part of real property. This includes subcontractors and businesses that supply goods with installation services, such as kitchen installation. You could also be a contractor if you supply goods while providing a service to real property, such as painting, where the goods, in this case paint, become part of real property during that service. Now, what exactly do we mean by real property? Real property is land and anything directly attached to the land, like buildings and structures. Goods that are attached so that they become part of real property after installation are considered improvements to real property. Improvements may include topsoil, pavement, windows, doors, or plumbing and heating systems. For more details on what may or may not be considered real property or an improvement to real property, see our website. As a contractor, you pay the PST when the work you do or the goods you install become part of buildings or land. Let's meet Kurt. Kurt is a real property contractor who does kitchen remodeling and installations. Because Kurt only provides installation services and doesn't sell goods, Kurt does not charge his customers PST and doesn't need to register to collect PST. Kurt pays PST when he purchases goods used to fulfill a contract. As Kurt grows his business, he decides to open a retail showroom. Kurt is now selling goods with and without installation services and needs to register to collect PST. Kurt needs to charge PST on the goods he sells without installation services. Kurt doesn't pay PST on goods he purchases to resell to his customers. But when Kurt purchases goods that he installs for customers under a contract, he has to pay PST and not charge his customers PST. Understanding the tax application can get a little tricky. Let's explain. Let's assume Kurt purchased goods specifically for resale, which are exempt from PST. He then installed those goods to fulfill a contract for a customer. Kurt must now self-assess the PST, in other words, send it directly to us. If Kurt paid PST on goods he sells to his customers in his retail store, he can apply for a refund of the PST he paid. He must charge his customers PST on those goods. Kurt may also decide to expand his business outside of BC or use goods he purchases from outside of the province to fulfill a contract in BC. He still has to pay PST on goods he buys in BC if he supplies and attaches or installs those goods to real property outside of BC. Kurt will also have to pay PST on any taxable goods he brings in or has sent to BC to fulfill a contract in BC. He will have to self-assess and send us the tax if he is not charged at the time he purchases those goods. If Kurt is just purchasing goods in BC, having them shipped by the seller outside of the province, and he's making no use of them whatsoever within BC, the goods will be tax exempt. Kurt doesn't have to pay PST on goods if he has a written contract with a customer to install goods that become part of real property, and that customer agrees to have Kurt transfer the PST liability to them. Specific conditions must be met for Kurt to use this type of agreement. He should visit our website if he needs more information on those conditions. Kurt also doesn't have to pay PST on goods used to fulfill a written contract with a customer who would otherwise be exempt from PST if they had purchased the goods themselves. Persons who would otherwise be exempt may include the Government of Canada, First Nations individuals or bands, qualifying farmers, or other exempt groups and individuals. The written contract must be in place at or before the time Kurt obtains the goods. Specific documents called exemption certificates are required and can be downloaded from our website. If you're a contractor in BC, there are PST rules that you need to know. If you need help, please contact us at 1-877-388-4440 or ctbtaxquestions at gov.bc.ca. You can also go to our website to find more information.